And we're live.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Darkest House. I am Steven, and I will be running your game tonight. These are my hapless victims. Say hello, hapless victims.
Hello, hapless victims.
Hello, hapless victims.
Hello, hapless victims.
Yeah. One of us is more creepy than the others. We are playing The Darkest House by Monty Cook Games. If you haven't followed along, you don't know what's going on. This is just a very simple micro system, I guess you could call it. It's basically 2d6, add a couple numbers, and that's whether you decide whether you pass or fail. It's entirely player facing. I, as the game master, lore master, storyteller, do not roll any dice whatsoever. I just tell them what to do, which is fun because I like being the boss. This is designed to be dropped into an existing campaign. We've kind of tweaked it a little bit so that we can just play it solo. We're doing it standalone. We're just doing a little mini campaign. And we have been in the Darkest House for 5 months now, guys. Go ahead and tell me, Harold, Dr. Harold Malloy, a little bit about what your character is like now compared to what you started as.
Well, now he's definitely less, I think, reserved on snap decisions, maybe. I don't know. He was willing to go up there and just murder his mother last session, so not necessarily is concerned about trying to keep everyone together, and I don't know, he's been a little more manipulative than at the start, I think.
Yeah, a little more aggressive in a way, too.
Yeah.
Stephanie, how have you changed?
I was held hostage in a room for 2 years and they didn't know. So I'd say she's pretty traumatized. It's bringing up a lot of like memories. She might be regressing a little bit. She's not really making decisions. Yeah.
What would you say you were like when you started here in the house?
Stephanie was kind of like bossy and she'd go with the flow. And now it's just more so like she's hiding behind the guys more than anything. Because she's scared that if they're out of her sight, that they're going to disappear.
Yeah. I don't want to say clingy, but...
Clingy is a good word for it, yeah.
Jimmy, what did you start as and what are you now?
Well, Jimmy's been very insecure all of his life, just about. Except for a bully that he knew when he was a youngster. He was very anxious and angry and aggressive around him, sort of as a way of hiding the fact that he's very insecure about the thing. But he hasn't had to deal with that for a good long time until he got to this house. And so now he's been very aggressive and angry about the whole situation. And it's just really not in any of his control. But he doesn't want to admit that.
And for our most drastic and obvious change, Wayne, what did you start as?
What are you talking about? Wayne's like exactly the same as he's always been. Nothing's changed.
It was always there, just under the surface.
Wayne has lived a very troubled and difficult life, but in the years prior to when we started the game, he had managed to turn his life around. And he got into social work, and he was a recovering drug addict, an alcoholic, and he was really trying to help other people who had been going through the same stuff that he was going through, and he had left a lot of that kind of behind him, and really started. He was trending upward, and then Steven doesn't like people being happy. So
it's true, I don't.
So like the house he started off, I think, pretty good for a while, but
I
think
remember you
things
going
have-
off the deep end immediately, so I don't know about
That is not true. He was very heroic in the beginning, and he was leading the way, and he was, always no. He was very heroic, but like now, I think he's definitely lost it. I think a lot of the trauma that he has gone through has certainly come back to the point where I think it's like overwhelming him. And whereas he was fighting the house, he's kind of giving himself over bit by bit to the house. Whether there's enough left where he could get out of the house and still be sane, I don't know. But I think there's a certain point where he's just like, he's gonna say just hell with it. Like at a certain point, you just give yourself over, just like he used to his drug habits. So this is sort of a replacement.
You may not know if he'll be able to regain his sanity, but I think the rest of us all know.
Guys are so mean. No one's supportive. No one's supportive. This is why he had a bad group of friends, and all he ever wanted to do is play Vampire the Masquerade.
Yeah.
This is what happens. Now they just
And
want to
this
kill
is
him.
what happens. So last we left off, you guys were in a sitting room. You had a couch, table, chairs, a family portrait was hanging from the wall. There were a few odd things about the family portrait. One of the people was entirely cut out of it. There was like a shadow in a background. And then there was a telephone sitting on one of the tables that just kept ringing and ringing and ringing. And I think it was Wayne who smashed the telephone, just crushed it. And it continues to ring even as we speak. You look down, you see that the cord is cut and ripped out of the wall. The phone itself is smashed to bits, and it is still down there ringing. So what are you guys doing?
I think Harold had picked it up and was going to go throw it back in the hole in the previous room, but we were deciding whether we were going to move the furniture that Wayne and Jimmy had pushed in the way to block it. I think that's where we were last.
Gotcha.
Harold had it in his hands.
So then what are you going to do? You got the phone right now, Harold.
I forgot about the furniture. I honestly did. I really not a fan of releasing that arbiter thing again.
Is there like bits of the phone that I could pick up from his hands to like answer it?
I'm sure there are bits of the phone even on the floor, but the bulk of it, I think, you would have the actual phone and then the base. I don't know the names of parts of phones, but
yeah, Stephanie will try and get part of like the receiver part and hold it up to her ear to see if she hears anything.
Yeah, you will hear something. Hello? And immediately you recognize it as the voice of Rowan.
Rowan?
Explain for the audience who Rowan is real quick for me.
So Rowan is my brother who at the start of the game, we were hanging out at this house and he basically got taken by the smiling man. And then I myself got slurped into like this like vortex black hole thing and woke up in a hospital. I think it was a hospital.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been missing for years. Stephanie spent like the majority of her adult life like looking for him. And yeah. And now I think I have his eye. And I think Wayne has his other eye.
I have the left.
Well,
we did establish that the eye you have is not
the
similar
painting.
to Rowan's.
Yeah. But there was the
but
brief
it is still
worry.
the eye of the child.
Yeah, there was the brief worry it was Rowan's eye.
And now you pick up a broken telephone that is ringing, and you hear the voice of your long lost brother on the other end. Hello, Stephanie?
Rowan?
Stephanie.
Oh my God, where are you?
I think I'm dead.
No. No. You're talking to me. We're alive.
It's dark and cold. I'm lonely.
Can you see anything?
No, I don't think I have eyes anymore.
Oh my. There's.
I
there's
miss
no,
you.
I miss you too. Do you smell anything? Do you recognize anything? Who took you?
The smiling man.
Is he there?
No. He's been gone a long time now. Have I been gone a long time now?
It's been a while, honey. There's nothing you can tell me. You don't smell anything. I'm looking,
No.
Rowan. I'm looking for you.
There was a lot of pain at first. And then there was just nothing. And that's where I am now.
And like Stephanie's holding the receiver and she's like facing the wall where the painting is, and you guys just watch as she just punches through the painting on the wall. Okay, well I'm still looking for you. I haven't stopped. I've been looking for you this whole time.
I don't think you can find me.
I'm going to. Are you sure the smiling man isn't there? Is he listening? Are you here? And she'll start looking around for the smiling man.
You're just going to see your friends in the room. You're not going to see a smiling man nearby. And then little Rowan will say, "No, he's gone. Just like me."
You're not gone, Rowan. I'm gonna find you.
And with that, the line goes dead.
And at that, you'll watch as just Stephanie's like tries to hang it up and like lift it back up again, like it's gonna get him to answer, and she just keeps smashing it and slamming it. Rowan, and then she's gonna go to the other door that we haven't entered through, and she's gonna start screaming for the smiling man. Where are you, you son of a bitch?
Gonna get no response. What are the rest of you doing as you're seeing this unfold?
I'll lean over to Wayne and say, I think she's losing it.
Yeah. I mean, some people just can't keep it together.
Wayne, did you give us a physical description of yourself? What you look like right now?
So Wayne, I've been describing him as Christopher Walken from The Deer Hunter, near his end. So he's got part of his ripped up flannel wrapped around his head, like it's a headband. He's got an undershirt, like on those white kind of tank top undershirts. But over top of all that, he has a extraordinary, beautiful dress that he had put on last session. I guess he found it and he just felt right to him.
I just wanted the audience to have some context for who was saying that someone was losing.
Some people, she's been through a lot,
Yeah.
Duck. You might want to duck, Jimmy. And then I'm gonna try to fire my shotgun that I have that's been screaming. I'm gonna see what happens when I start pulling the trigger. As I'm just gonna shoot at the picture that Stephanie
just punched a hole through.
Punched a hole. I'm just gonna try to follow her lead and see if that works.
I assume you're waiting for Stephanie to get out of the way too.
She said she
I've
went
already
to the door.
started heading to the other room.
So you pull out the shotgun, and again, for context, this is a shotgun that has become cursed, and the mouth of the shotgun has become a literal mouth with teeth and a tongue, and was screaming. And it got bashed, so it was bloody and choking on its blood, and they gagged something in there to try and get it to stop screaming. It continued to scream, but it was muffled now and gagging. So when you swing around this shotgun, you pull it up, and you pull the trigger. You do have shells in there, I believe, because you reloaded it, right?
I do. I have shells. Yeah.
All right. And go ahead and mark off one of those shells as there is a click and a bang, and it sounds like a shotgun, but it doesn't do any damage to the painting other than just splattering it with blood and just gore. The teeth go flying, but they don't actually do a ton of damage. They just kind of lodge into the portrait. And this thing just continues screaming.
Okay, I'll fire another one. This
Again,
time at the telephone.
At the telephone. Blood flies everywhere. It's like a paint shotgun at this point. And we'll say with the second one, even the tongue comes flying out. And just chunks and bits of it go flying all over the floor. Again, no real damage.
Okay, I'll fire again. This time at the couch.
All right, so you're reloading and then firing again.
No. I can hold 4 shells at once.
Oh yeah, you
and that
can
was
on
only
this.
2.
I'm sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
Endless amounts of blood continually spraying. It doesn't look like there's any less blood than before. Just there are less teeth now and less guts, but still just blood. Just liquid
I think I got it
blood
working,
flying.
Jimmy. I think I got it working.
Yeah, God, you got it doing something.
I think it's working now.
I would have pointed it at Jimmy.
You guys were talking about killing me last time, so I'm not going to do that yet. Okay. Is it still screaming?
Yes, nonstop screaming.
Okay. Wayne doesn't hear. Like, all right, good as new. Where are we going next?
Stephanie, did you already leave, or did you hear the splatter, and
Oh,
come back?
she's already gone. She's looking for the smiling man.
We got a key. Do we just? No.
I mean, if Stephanie says we continue, I mean, we could have the key. We could head back to the alien to see if she can show us the way out.
Yes, you have
But-
2 keys now. You have one, which is a simple metal key, skeleton key, and the other one, which is a key made out of blue crystal.
I think didn't we show the blue crystal key to
We did.
the alien dude? And then
Yes,
we got
and
no
it didn't
reaction
work.
from that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess Wayne says, it's like, hey, if Stephanie says Rowan's here, then why not? Everything else we've seen is as likely as anything else. And he'll go looking for Stephanie.
I
Okay,
will follow along.
Stephanie, you have a bit of a head start then. Did you go out the door that you came in, or the other door? There were
The
2
other
doors to
door.
this room. The other door.
Mhm.
Okay, so that brings us to a room that you guys have already visited before, but you're looking at it from the other angle now. This is the dining room again. Let me get this handout here for you. So you open up the door, Stephanie, and you see a very nice decorated dining room. And above it is a floating ghost, a woman whose head always seems to be turned away from you. And no matter how you shift your body, the head always seems to be turning away from you. However, her body itself stays in the same position, just floating above that table. And the hair is like draped, and it kind of floats as if it's in water, and it clings together like it's wet and soaked, along with like the flows of her dress, like she's just held in the middle of a swimming pool or a pond or something like that.
Stephanie will, in from the doorway, she'll be like, as she's looking at this person, have you seen the smiling man?
And there's no response, no sort of noise or anything coming from the spirit.
Is there a door through here that we haven't been through before?
Good question. Let me check.
Yeah, one door should go to the kitchen, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, so you have
My
a.
map is right.
There are only 2 doors in this room. The one that goes to the kitchen and the one that you're in.
Okay. Yeah.
There is also a small door, which it doesn't look like it leads to another room. It looks like it's kind of put in a spot where it'd be like a closet or some sort of storage, something like that.
Yeah, Stephanie will leave the door open that she came through open, and she'll go keep her eye on this lady, but head towards the closet.
You can open that up, and you'll see that it's filled with about a dozen or so wooden logs, and it's very shallow. The door itself kind of sticks out of the room, like it's not flush with the wall, but it's built into the wall. Like the wall kind of has this outcrop. And it looks to be specifically made for like wood storage for the big fireplace.
Yeah. Then she'll just kind of leave that and walk back towards the door that she came through.
Okay.
Maybe.
And you'll. Sorry, go ahead.
And maybe if we go back to that yellow room, because he was there. I saw him there. He was there, and she's gonna start heading back towards the elevator.
Lead the way.
Okay, to get to the elevator, there are multiple routes, because you have to go through the kitchen anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to go back through the sitting room then?
Yeah, because that's where I left the boys.
Okay. And they're going to be like they have gathered and they were ready to come through the room just as you go through it and meet them. And let me pull up the map here. All right. So you go back to the sitting room. The only other way out of the sitting room is through the parlor where you guys piled up the furniture against that room with the wall. Are you all set on going back to the elevator?
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Remember, the elevator is on the other side of the mannequin room as well. Stephanie, what did you pick up in that mannequin room?
Oh,
Well, pick up is a generous term.
you mean
What have you been dragging along from the mannequin room?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I have basically like a boot that got attached to my foot. Because I was in there and I thought I had seen my brother, and I was trying to get to him. And when the mannequins swarmed me, when the boys got me out of that, I had this like almost like mannequin stand boot stuck on my foot.
Like a metal cast of sorts, and it's so tight to your skin that you can't pull your foot out.
Wayne has offered to carve my leg off, but we haven't resorted to that yet.
No. I'm just saying, if worse comes to worse,
Yes.
I think his saw could do it, but we're not there yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
What was upstairs?
We never made it all the way up.
No, that lady was there.
Yeah,
Should we go?
strange lady with the skull head.
We could go
so
upstairs.
When you go back to the parlor, you would see that there is a door you have not gone through, and then a grand staircase going up.
The
Maybe we
door or the stairs?
Yeah. Well, let's open the door first, and then we can always come back.
But you don't
door's
need to go
there.
through either of those places if you want to get to the elevator, which is where Stephanie was suggesting to go. So I'm not trying to lead you astray.
Well, Stephanie, you're the one who is moving with
just
the direction.
I don't know where Rowan is. He called, he's there, he's in some dark space. I don't know.
You know where we've seen dark space before? Behind the furniture.
I don't know if we want to go in there.
Stephanie, If you want me to go inside to look for Rowan, I will go inside to look for Rowan. I broke your arm, or God, whatever the hell. I'll go inside. I'll do it. I owe you. I owe you one.
You know what?
Fine.
I'd be willing to go inside there too. I mean, I already busted his balls knocking him back through that goddamn wall. What a chump. 14 feet tall. Still got a mashed set of gonads.
He said
Yeah, baby.
the smiling man took him.
Well, maybe we don't. There's plenty of shadows and dark places before we go
Yeah.
in the
Back
hole
to
in the
the-
wall. Maybe we find some other places. You know.
Yeah, we can come back here.
Yeah. We can always come back. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let that guy bleed out first, maybe.
Right. Yeah. He's a real son of a bitch. That one. Yeah.
All right. So do you guys want to go up the staircase? Do you want to go through the door you've never seen before or never been through before?
Didn't Jimmy peek through that door and it led to the dining room?
No. The dining room connected to the kitchen and the sitting room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember peeking through the door in the kitchen, and that's where I saw the ghost lady, and I was just like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
nah.
Which is what you've done twice with this dining room now.
Yeah. We're
Yeah,
both like,
that's-
I ain't having it. I'm touching the ghost lady.
If
can't
you want to
punch a
peek
ghost.
through the door now, you would see that it leads to a steep and narrow staircase going straight down. Not straight down, but like very steeply down. Like how older houses, the stairs were rather shallow and they just change altitude quickly. That's kind of what this staircase is like. And it's the old wood, like it goes down to a cellar or something like that. There's no real back to the stairs. So you can just, if you peek over, you see darkness behind them.
There. She's allergic. She doesn't-
Excuse me. Stephanie has issues with basements. When she was younger, she was abducted for about 2 years and kept in a basement. So yeah, she's just
and
like
that's where you
looking-
lost. That's where you lost Rowan.
That's
too,
where we
right?
lost Rowan, was in a basement. And so like Stephanie's hands start sweating and she's just kind of like doing that thing where she's just like rubbing it on her clothing and she's wringing her hands. And fuck.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. You, Harold, can stay with it. Jimmy and I can go look, right? Right, Jimmy? We can go look, right?
Hell yeah, we can go look.
We're gonna go
Go.
fuck this guy up. Let's go.
Right? You
Scorpion
two
death
stay
drop. We
safe.
got him. Let's do it.
Harold, did you continue holding onto that telephone?
No, because Wayne shot it, right? So definitely not.
It's covered in blood,
blood.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely not.
It's just too gross to hold on to right,
Right.
That's what people have been saying about Wayne his whole life.
Oh.
Oh, woe
You're
is
all
Wade.
gonna feel so bad in the end when you have to
To
put
be
him down.
fair, some of those people were Jimmy specifically, but
Jimmy and
just
Harold are
kinda
already
being a
planning on
little
putting him
bit-
down. They made a pact where if we get too wild, they're shooting us.
I do.
It's like Survivor, where you gotta have an alliance from the beginning.
Yeah.
yeah.
You want Wayne on this job. You need
Yeah.
Wayne on this job. You need someone like Wayne for this.
Yeah. I would just
little
say be careful on those stairs. If there's no back on them, it's hard to tell what might reach out and grab you by the ankles.
Wait, oh.
Wayne's gonna
New
hold up the
fear
shotgun.
unlocked.
Wayne's gonna
The
hold up the
shotgun that's still
shotgun.
screaming
That's still
with the
screaming.
rags
He's like,
shoved in there.
"Don't worry, Harold. I'm always careful." And then he's gonna start going down the stairs.
All right, and Jimmy, you're following?
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab that thick table leg club I've been carrying around.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get ready to smash at any fingers that come through the back of those stairs.
Stephanie's at the top and she's got her flashlight, but her hands are shaking. So it's kind of like a disco light a little bit, just flickering down.
Yeah, your flashlight really only illuminates like the first 5 to 10 steps. And then they just fade into the darkness. It feels like the battery's going on your flashlight or something like that. You remember it being stronger. You specifically bought this flashlight because it was so bright. Now it seems like it's doing shit. Wayne and Jimmy, you start going down the stairs and they're very steep and narrow. You actually have to be careful to watch where you step because it's easy to overstep the one below and then you could go tumbling down. They really give you a feeling of like danger and vertigo. And it's only wide enough for one person to fit down, and even then just barely that. Like you're always having at least one elbow scrape against a wall. The walls are painted off-white. The stairs are the dark brown wood. Like I said, there's nothing behind them. Looking back, you don't see anything but the darkness. Even if you have a flashlight that you're shining back there, it doesn't illuminate anything past the stairs. Getting closer to the bottom, it's more and more worn. And they're just downright dirty. Once you get near the bottom of the staircase, you can see a door ahead of you where it's thin metal door, like kind of sheet metal with a square window. And you can see out, and there's a little bit of light in the room ahead. And you get a strong smell of earth and sweet-smelling plants. And as you get closer to the door, it almost becomes overpowering with how pungent it is.
Anything
Can I
else?
go right on in there? No, there's just a small little
It's just the
platform.
door?
Yeah, it's like a 2-foot platform. It's like 3 steps wide, and then that only enough room for like one person to stand there. The other person's on the stairs behind.
Got a door here, Jimmy.
All right.
We going in?
Tell you what, you know what? Yeah, let's just bust in there.
Yeah. Put your hand on my shoulder. Just keep it right there. So,
Yeah, all right.
just so you know, we gotta stay in contact. It's dark down here.
Do you
Wayne will open-
guys see him?
Can we hear them? You're muted.
Oh,
You're
I'm
muted.
muted. You cannot hear her.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I had a feeling.
So, Stephanie, you call that out, and there's no response.
All right, here we go. You and me, Jimmy. Here we go. And I'm gonna open the door.
I love it so much.
I just go to put a hand up on his shoulder, and I'm like,
Careful with the dress strap. Careful.
Yeah.
You open the door to find you are in a greenhouse. You can really only see the metal frame because the plants that were growing in this have just completely taken over. The air is humid and it's thick with heavy floral herbal fragrances. And you can tell that there were tons of tables here all over the place in the center and along the walls, and there were shelves along the walls. Each one is overflowing with plants that were in pots and planters and various raised beds, and the glass itself is covered in ages of that like green slime that accumulates in a greenhouse. The vines are growing up and up and up, and in one corner there are growing vines that have threaded their way through a human skull and rib cage. But even these bones are barely visible with all the growth. And there's just one little patch of the ceiling of this greenhouse that's still covered in plants, but not as thick as the rest. And it lets in just a gloomy light that seems to shine directly on this body.
Are you kidding? All right. Okay. Hey, you ever see Creep Show?
Yeah.
That's the one that's Stephen King with a funky rock. Jeez.
You know,
I'm
he's
just gonna
just-
drop my table leg club and I'm gonna pull out my hunting knife to sort of whack my way through these plants to get to the skeleton.
Yeah, don't let it touch your skin.
Oh, we can touch this, and I'll just chop away.
Okay. if you're chopping with a hunting knife, there is going to be a chance you're going to brush against something. Are you okay with that?
Ooh. Oh, I guess.
Like a hunting knife, you know, it's not that long.
It's
to
not a
swing.
machete, yeah.
Yeah. You're cool with that? You just want to keep chopping with the knife?
Do it, you don't want to do it, Jimmy.
Okay.
You can do it.
So you're cutting through the worst of the vines to try and get through to. You wanted to go examine the body, right?
Right.
Yeah. And you're also like careful on picking your step and things like that. And you're being careful enough that you're really trying to not touch anything. And you're able to do it. Even with the hunting knife, you're able to cut your way through, cut away the worst of them because you're taking your time. You're being methodical about this. You're watching where you step, what you're looking at. You get to the body, and it's clear that not only are the vines entwined within the bones, but the body is horrifically altered. There are like bony protrusions from the sternum that look as though the bones from a hand are pushing through it. Some of the ribs are curved the wrong way. The skull has a hole that doesn't look like it's from a puncture. It looks like it's natural. Like there's no crack or like indentation or anything like that. It looks like it just grew that way.
Like just a giant socket, basically.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, it's not Stephen King, but it's messed up. That's for sure. Yeah, if this stuff starts moving, please shoot the crap out of it.
I got you covered.
Good. I'll stick my hunting knife into the giant crevice in its head and try to tilt it towards me so I can maybe look inside of it.
To be clear, Steven, I'm going to go ahead and switch out the screaming shotgun, and I'm going to pull out my makeshift flamethrower.
Which is the hairspray or what was
hairspray? It was I think it was like hairspray and like
and a lighter.
A lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zippo, yeah.
Okay. Jimmy, you unfortunately at this point you stick your knife in there and it almost feels like one of the vines twitches and it brushes up against your skin.
Ugh.
And I need a rating check from you.
Oh, of course. Of course. Let me see if I can click the right rating check button here.
Yeah, sorry. Still haven't fixed that. My tech guy's been letting me down. Tech guy is my younger brother.
You try that again. Okay.
It's the one with the fist. The one with the fist.
Try refreshing here. Maybe that'll do something.
Or just 2d6.
You know what? Yeah.
Sorry.
2d6.
All right. 7 plus your rating of 3 is 10. You instinctively pull your hand away as this leaf kind of just gently brushed against you. But the leaf moves with you. And it's attached. And it starts burrowing into your hand. What are you doing?
I'm going to reach for my Zippo. I'm going to light that sucker up.
All right, so you pull your hand and you start like trying to pull your backpack off, frantically reaching for your Zippo. And the vine begins burrowing deeper and deeper into your skin. And you can see that it's under your skin and all the way halfway up your forearm right now.
Oh, jeez. I'm still going to go for that Zippo. If it's going to be digging, I'm going to be burning.
Okay, Wayne, you see that this vine is like, you can't quite tell that it's burrowed into it yet, but you can see that it's like attached and like moving with, because he pulls his arm away and it yanks some of the vine with. So it's definitely on him. What are you
Wayne
doing?
torches it. Yeah, he's torching it. No hesitation.
You're going to get a bit of Jimmy too. Okay.
Yeah, I know. No hesitation.
All right, we're rating check for Wayne. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
What? This is good. I'm saving
This is heroism.
This could absolutely save Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay, so is it just +3 again? I can't remember how we did it.
Your rating is 3, yes. because you are not proficient with hairspray torches.
I'm proficient with Zippos.
Yeah, it's still 3.
That's a 15.
All right.
That's 2 6s, buddy.
Yeah, that's 2 6s. That's fantastic. Roll a house die for me too. Another d6.
That's another 6.
All right, so the house hates you.
What? It's a 6.
of course
Come
it
on,
does.
you should love me.
Of
Equal
course it
or
does
higher.
with 3 6s. Yeah.
Yeah, what are the odds? Getting 3 6s. Nice job, buddy.
666, sign of the devil.
What are you talking about?
Jimmy,
Not here. You don't know. You don't know.
you're
Hot as
reaching
hell
into the
down here,
pocket for
guys.
his Zippo. But thankfully, Wayne is Johnny on the spot and
Hero.
gets his Zippo burning. And it just burns this flame right away from you. Fortunately, he's got fantastic aim with this Zippo hairspray. And the vine itself catches on fire. And he manages to avoid most of you. Like, you got some singed hair on your arm and things like that, but you're not actually taking any burns or anything. There's this weird screeching. You almost can't say it's like a voice. It could just be like the sound of like a lobster with the air trapped in its shell makes it sound like it's screaming. It's kind of like that high-pitched squealing, and the vine retracts instantly from you. You are taking a rating 4 wound here, Jimmy,
Jeez.
as it just rips like the flesh and blood splatters out. You can't really see that much because the vine itself is on fire. Are you still going for the Zippo?
No, at this point, there's fire everywhere, so I'm just going to try to back out of this whole scenario.
All right, so far, like, the room itself is not on fire, just that one vine. But you're able to back up and get away from the body. What are you doing now, Wayne?
So if he's backing up, I will back up in front of him, and like he'll do like, hoo-ha! I'm gonna take a flamethrower to this place, like doing like Al Pacino, and just torching everything as he's really getting into the character now. So I'm just literally just trying to like back up as we're backing out of the room, just torching the greenhouse.
All right, so Wayne starts torching.
Love the smell of napalm
Jimmy,
in the
you
morning.
backed up a bit. What are you doing now?
I'm just going to head towards the stairs. I'm out.
Okay. So as you spin around towards the stairs, this arm that was just penetrated by this vine, it's almost as if there are no bones. You swing it around, and it's just gelatin, and it kind of like has whiplash, and it just bends and then flops the other way when you finish your spin. And just trying to move is what's causing this momentum to swing your hand around. It's just basically a flesh bag at this point.
Ugh. I'm going to grab my arm and I'm going to pull like the bottom of my shirt up and just try to like wrap it around this arm sack just to try to keep it still as I get out of here.
Yeah, so you just like without a care of the shirt, you just rip it and pull it up, and your arm just kind of hangs limp over this, and you're almost in a way making it worse because like you're supporting the middle of it, but the arm itself on either side is just drooping over it. So now you've got like a horseshoe of a forearm. Sorry, buddy.
You set my arm on fire. My arm's melting. Oh my God.
And are you running out of the room?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Wayne, what are you doing? You hear that, but you don't actually see any of this.
He's
Continually
backing
burning.
up,
Okay.
and I'm just shouting random Al Pacino lines, hoo-ha, hoo-ha, and I'm just burning everything left and right as I back up, as he's feeling great right now. As he
This whole town's a pussy. That's what you're saying.
Attica! As he just backs up to the door. He's like, "We got this, Jimmy. We got this. You okay? Yo, Jimmy." No, Jimmy.
As I'm just climbing the stairs like a ladder with one arm, trying to get out of here.
And with each step, it just bounces. Wayne, I need a rating check from you. As you're swinging wildly around, it's very easy to touch one of these vines yourself.
Sure. Absolutely. That makes perfect sense. It's an 11.
Give me a house die as well.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No worries.
1.
Okay, the house waits.
The house isn't like that,
It
madly in
loves
love with
you.
me. I feel like
There is a point where you're about to brush up against these vines, but you're still spraying, and the vines kind of recoil from the flame, and that is the only thing that saves you here. Otherwise, you would be penetrated as well, probably multiple times.
now I think he's doing it on purpose.
But you're able to back your way up to the stairs, and you have to kind of look over your shoulder a bit to find the door, and you're still backing up, flaming everything. At this point, I'm going to say that the hairspray's run out. You are out of flame, but you are right at the bottom of the stairs, and you can turn and leave if you want.
Okay. Took away my shotgun. Took away my flamethrower. He just doesn't want me to have any weapons. What it is?
Hairspray isn't really meant for long-term flame use.
No, I know. Okay, I'll look around for Jimmy. If I don't see him, do I at least hear like his footsteps going up the stairs?
You're going to hear the first couple footsteps as he goes up, and then it's going to fade because he's got a bit of a head start on you. Jimmy, you're obviously going to be the first one up. Harold and Stephanie, what were you guys doing as you don't know what's going on down there?
Waiting.
What's taking them so long?
Reading?
Waiting.
Waiting.
Do you think maybe your mom has Rowan upstairs?
I don't believe that was actually my mother.
But
But-
what if your mom was also up there?
I mean, that would be terrible. But I get what you're trying to make is the fact that there appears to be a monstrous skull-headed lady who might have a predisposition for collecting children.
Children? Yeah.
So, I mean, it wouldn't be
You think
outside.
she's still up there?
I mean, once these two get back, we can head up and investigate
Yeah.
up there. I mean,
You're
I
right.
don't think we're getting any closer to escape on this level. Of course, what even is this level anymore? I mean, there was the elevator, which was this giant long ride.
And the mannequins.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think it would definitely be a place to look.
Steven, I don't see anything different with like my weird eye, right?
Nothing in this room, no.
Okay.
But we'll say right about now, you can hear the frantic, I don't want to say whimpering, but noise of Jimmy coming up these stairs. And he quickly comes into view, and you can see that he is holding his arm in a shirt, but it looks like it's been like broken in half because the way it's dangling. Jimmy, fortunately for you, your arm is becoming solid once again.
Oh, thank God.
Unfortunately, it's maintaining the shape that it was in.
Oh, no.
Oh shit.
And somehow this shirt that you wrapped it in has literally fused into your body, and it's like melded into your skin at this point. So as you get up, you're like feeling that it's hardening, and you're like trying to take the shirt off to see what's going on, and the shirt is just solid. So it like the first little bit, like you're just wrenching a little bit of flesh, and you're just like, you didn't really tear yourself open there, but it threatens to. because you have like a handle here, and then the wrap goes around the rest of your torso here.
Oh, jeez.
That's
What the fuck? Jimmy? And like Stephanie will come up and she'll start touching his arm.
Get off me, Stephen fucking King! Melted my arm, and Wayne went nuts with a goddamn flamethrower.
so
Bad.
Stephen King is down there?
Yeah, he's the. Have you seen? Fuck it. Never mind. Yeah, he's down there. He's dead. He's down there. He's dead.
Hey, thanks for that follow, Victoria. I can't pronounce that. Anyway, thanks for the follow.
Thanks for the
Stephanie
follow.
will start digging around in her purse and she'll find, like, at the very bottom of her purse, she's got like 2 rogue ibuprofen, and she'll give them to you. And like, it's not in a bottle or anything. If you had a purse, you would know it happens. Here you go. Here,
Jimmy's just gonna pop them in his mouth and crunch them.
Yeah,
He
chew 'em dry.
doesn't even care what they are.
Okay. Do you want me to reset your arm? We'll have to break it.
I'm good.
Are you okay? Okay.
I'm good.
That doesn't look right.
Nope.
Okay.
Getting a closer look at it, it's not like it's snapped in half. It is just curved, like it's crescent shaped. And looking closer at the shirt, it's not wrapped around the bottom anymore. It's just straight through the middle of the arm.
Okay. What?
You know, I kicked the crap out of a 14-foot tall metal-headed man with one leg. One-legged man winning an ass-kicking contest. Now I just got to do it with one hand tied behind my back. I'm fine. This is great. Wait, are you down there?
Too old to twitch says, "Take my strong hand."
And at this point, Wayne would about.
So Wayne's like walking
would be coming
backwards up the stairs and is shouting down like into the darkness, like, "You're gonna walk out on me! You don't walk out on me! I walk out on you!" And he's still trying to spray like the flamethrower, but it's not working. Like, Jimmy, I got him. I think I got him. Jimmy? Oh, hey, guys.
Hey.
Did you?
There's like a dead body down there and like a greenhouse. Don't worry, I torched the whole place. Torched it.
Oh.
It tried to get Jimmy.
Is
But we
this-
got him, right, Jimmy? As he turns around, he looks at, oh shit.
Jimmy will nod and he'll give a thumbs up.
So, I mean,
Which he has to angle his arm weird to get it to go up.
I wonder how that would affect your pitch.
Yeah, and your swing.
Hell of a curveball.
Badly.
I mean, just
I'm wrong. I'm not playing frisbee golf ever again. But okay. Oh, but hey, I don't have to work at the cannery anymore. I'm disabled. This is great. Fuck my life.
Fortunately, Jimmy, like you do still have like movement in your fingertips, things like that. You can still grip something, but it's just insanely weird to accommodate a new angle of where your hand is. It feels like your hand should be straight. All the like upper arm movement, like muscle memory that you have is just completely wrong now. So using that arm, you're going to be getting Bane from now on. If you use your other arm, it won't be any different, but you're going to have to, until you can get it fixed, buddy.
Yep.
I can break it. I can
I'm
break it.
good.
Okay.
I've got a broken nose. My leg's busted. I'm fine. This will
Okay.
be good.
Hey,
I found
hey.
a first aid kit in that pantry, and like Stephanie will pull it out.
Oh, great. Yeah, put some antiseptic on this. This will really help.
Listen, she's
Sorry,
just,
that was.
You need a
She's trying to
band-aid
help.
for your attitude, and she'll pull out one band-aid and she'll just put it on your arm.
Hello,
It's got a
kitty.
nice curve to it.
You know, Wayne'll like he'll try to lock eyes with Stephanie, and he'll just and Harold not. He'll try to do this out of sight of Jimmy,
Uh-huh.
and he's got that rusty saw. Like, and
Stephanie will
Gonna
point
take out
at
a
her
crayon
leg.
and write Plan B on the side of it.
Yeah. Stephanie will point at her leg like, when it's time for this, it's time for that.
And then he'll go and he'll like kind of be putting the saw away and be like, "Don't worry, you'll get your chance one day." And he'll slide it back into his pack. Yeah, it's okay, Jimmy. You look great, man. You look great. What the hell was that? Did you get anything from the skeleton or anything? What happened? Well, yeah.
That's what I got.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So anyway, there was like a body down there. There was like a bunch of like, like plants and stuff. There was like a spotlight on it. We looked at it. Jimmy was trying to cut through some of the vines, and then like they came to life, And then we just
Is the door still open?
I think so. Did you close the door
I'm
behind
slamming
you?
it.
Oh, you mean at the top of the stairs?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy,
Wayne would have closed it. Yeah.
Okay. Would you have closed the one at the bottom too?
Yeah. No, I mean he definitely would have closed the one at the bottom, like as he was backing out, because he was like literally doing the flamethrower back out type of thing.
As the adrenaline dies down, Wayne, looking back, it seemed as if there was just one main vine that was really writhing and moving, and it went through most of the room, but you really torched it. Most of the plants seemed like they were benign, just overgrown, but you think you got the one that was going for Jimmy at the very least.
Yeah, like I don't know, I can't be sure. It was very dark. There was just like a little bit of light, but there was like this one plant was just like thrashing around. It's like that Rick Moranis movie, with like you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, like Honey, I Shrunk the
Ghostbusters?
Kids.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway, and I torched it though. I got it good. I don't know if it's dead. Like we could. Like I'm out of. You got any more hairspray?
What?
Because I'm out.
I might. Let me
Here's-
check
I
my
should go back.
purse.
A
How many
thought.
cans of hairspray did you bring for a weekend trip?
42, right?
42.
You don't know the answer.
Like-
That's the number.
For a
That's the-
weekend trip, too.
Okay,
She
so she's
likes
got one
to
more.
tease it up. Yeah.
I mean,
God, if
So
this was the
you-
80s, 42 would have been a legit number.
yeah. Yeah.
I have
This isn't
4
the 80s. This is
cans
modern day.
of that really.
I know. I said
really, yeah. So she'll like dig around, and then you'll watch, and she's like actually surprised as she's got a full ass can of hairspray at the bottom of her purse.
It's that
I forgot I
Aquanet.
had this. Yeah, exactly.
Reload time.
Ooh,
Should we?
All
should
right,
we
so
go back?
you
should
guys
shoot
are.
it?
I could, but the shotgun only shoots blood and teeth now. So I didn't know if that was going to work out that well.
What if the
So-
blood helps it grow bigger?
Isn't blood salty? I'm a doctor. I should know this.
Right. That's a weird question. Like, I
You
don't
know,
really
Wayne,
taste it very often.
I'm real proud of you right now because you know that shotgun's useless.
Oh, yeah. It's mind over matter, though. Like, that's the thing. I'm trying to think it into usefulness again.
I mean, if it's shooting teeth, that's got to do something, right?
Well, most of the teeth have been shot out now.
Oh,
Right. So now it's just like bits of tongue and like esophagus.
And
and
blood.
stuff.
Yeah.
not as
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So you guys are in the parlor right now. The only exit from this room is the grand staircase. Only exit you have not tried is the grand staircase. To sum it up, Stephanie, I've broken her spiritually and I've put her in a metal boot.
Yep.
Jimmy has a curveball now, wicked curveball. And Wayne is wearing a dress and thinks he's Al Pacino. So I think
Steven,
I have to
why are
target
you-
Harold next.
Why are you making the wearing a dress a bad thing? What's wrong with me wearing a dress? Like, I don't understand.
Does Al
I don't
Pacino
know.
wear a dress?
It's very comfortable.
He does now.
Wow.
So here's the thing: if you want to wear a
Double woman,
dress, you
baby.
can. But Wayne never wore dresses before, so it's a change in you.
I don't know. I mean, Wayne did a lot of things for drug money back in the
Okay,
day.
I won't bring up the dress anymore. It's very normal for you.
So I'm just yes-anding, but
Woo.
Do you guys want to go up the grand staircase, or are you looking to get back to the elevator?
So I was talking to Harold, and there was that lady. She had the dead babies. What if she has Rowan?
If she does have Ron and we get him, can we just give the key to the weird alien lady and bolt? Do we have to fight this smiling man?
I mean, if she has him, then no. We can avoid him.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
You know.
I mean, yeah. Presuming
Harold.
that one of us is not, in fact, the smiling man.
What does that mean?
I
Jimmy?
was just,
Are you the smiling man, Harold?
I'm not, but I mean, time doesn't seem to matter here. You say you disappeared for 2 years,
I did.
and you were just there. I mean, we didn't see any difference. I mean, if that's the case, then time doesn't matter here. So it could be that we're meeting ourselves in the future for
Well,
all
that is
these
so
other people.
fucked.
Well, hey, at least I'm not the smiling man. These are company paid for right here.
I mean, face it, if anyone was going to be the smiling man, it's that one there.
Says you,
Anyway, let's go
Mr.
upstairs.
Face, Dark Man. Let's
Up
go.
the stairs we go.
what are we talking about? I was miles away.
Oh, I have a theory that we're all,
The smiling man.
well, not necessarily we're all the smiling man, but I have a theory that we've all been trapped here forever and we were never actually outside of the house. And that all the other people that we're meeting in here are actually us, just at different points in our own timelines. Some real Star Trek shit here.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, that would explain. I mean, really, probably nothing. But I mean, whatever. Looking for. I don't know. I'm just looking for Rowan now. I don't.
All right, well, let's go upstairs.
We'll probably find him. He'll probably be
Yes.
somewhere. I mean, yeah.
All right. So you begin your ascent up the stairs, and it takes a while. Like you go up a few steps and you look back and it seems like you haven't even gone up more than a step or two. You go up a few more steps and it's really just like that staircase in Mario 64 where you're going up, 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 and you look back and you're in the exact same spot. But at some point something clicks and you just get a little bit further than before and a little bit further than before. And at this point it feels like you've gone up 100 stairs. Like you're starting to get some burning in your muscles every step you go up. And eventually you get to a point where you see that there is a landing in the staircase. And looking back behind, you can't see anything but darkness anymore. You can't see the parlor anymore. But you do see this. There are 2 windows on the right and 2 doors on the left.
I'll go look out the windows.
You go up to the landing. It's about 30 feet wide. The windows and doors are very elegant here. Masterfully carved wood. The stairs in front of you appear as if they would ascend hundreds of feet, as though the structure that you're in right now was dozens of stories high. Looking out the window, you see a fantastically huge, well-manicured lawn at night, as if from a very high vantage point. And there's a little bit of light out there, just some sort of gloom. You can't tell where the source is, but it's just enough you can see. And if you remember just less than an hour ago, you were looking out the window to a kitchen, and it looked like it was daylight outside. This lawn that you're looking at has fountains, marble statues, topiary. If you look very carefully, you can see that the statues and the topiary are hideous, monstrous countenances. And the water in the fountains is a deep, deep red, perhaps even blood. At first, you thought there were clouds in the sky, but the movement seems a little bit faster and unnatural for just what wind would move. Looking closely, you see that there are dark winged things that are flitting almost unseen in the darkness.
Whoa.
Softly, you hear, just you, Chuck.
Fuck.
Here is night, brothers. Here the birds burn.
Yeah, we should check these doors out.
I need a rating 2 mental attack on you, Chuck.
Oh no. It's fine. Everything's fine.
2d6 plus 3 for you, and you need a 7 or higher, which you got.
Yep. So that would be a 10, and then a house die. 3.
The house axe. Okay. So this is just incredibly shocking the more you look at it into detail. But at this point, you're almost like a hardened soul, and you're almost like shell shocked.
Yeah.
So seeing a little bit more doesn't really get to you, but it does add to the burden that you're already carrying. So you're not going to take a wound, but it is it does get you to your core. So what are you doing?
This is not right. Just like everything else. You all see the giant birds in the sky, right?
Nope. Jimmy is
No.
just not even near that damn window.
Yeah, Wayne's listening in on the door. He's not. paying
Yeah, Stephanie's at another door and she's got her head up to the
Yeah.
door.
So Harold, you're just kind of alone. Like I said, this is like 30 feet wide, so you got some space here.
Is there a latch or anything on the window?
No, it seems to be one solid piece.
Okay. Well.
And
Anyway.
maybe that's for the best at this point.
Yeah. I mean, if I could get out, even if it was there, I would take it. But. How's the door looking?
I don't know.
Should open it?
Jimmy will bang on it with his offhand.
So there are two
Bang
doors.
on that door.
Offhand is about to become your main hand, though, right? Anyway, so
it'll take a few years. Yeah.
Wayne, Stephanie, are you at which one of you is at the first door? Which one of you is at the second?
I mean, if Jimmy's opening one, then Wayne will be next.
He said he was
Yeah,
banging on it, right? But you guys were listening first. So before Jimmy gets over there to bang.
I'll do the one that's further along, going up the stairs or something like that.
Okay, yeah, so Stephanie's at the first one.
Both of you hear zilch. You don't hear anything. The wood itself seems to be very thick, which, you know, might muffle things, but there's no reason you want to be able to hear something if something was happening there. Jimmy, so you're banging on the one by Wayne?
Yep.
Okay. No response. You knock and there's no answer.
I'll grab hold of the door handle and I'll look at everyone else like, you going in?
Might as well.
Wayne's got his. I think he's switched now to his table club.
Okay.
Jimmy will turn the knob, kind of open the door just a little bit, take a step back, and boot the door open.
Actually, you won't. You'll try to turn the knob and it is locked. It will not open.
Pitch. Oh,
Metal
get
The
key.
metal key.
We got keys.
The
Yeah.
metal key.
Pulling out the metal key does not seem to fit this door.
What about the
You
blue
can
one?
get it in the hole, but it doesn't turn.
I'm hesitant about using the blue one because if it's crystal, it might break.
Hey, I got an idea. Wayne's gonna look at the lock really, really hard and just think really, really deeply about opening the door and going inside.
Do you want to give me a rating check, or do you want to just think really hard?
You gotta think outside the box.
If it, I'll
no
roll.
good.
I don't mind rolling.
Don't give me a rating check. You succeed on thinking very, very hard.
Okay.
Okay, well
So,
now you have to give me a house die.
I thought you said it. I thought you told me to do it. 1.
Okay, the house waits. You think as hard as you've ever thought
Okay.
about this door opening. You envision in your mind how it would open
Sweat.
into the darkness behind. You're even thinking about how the little wear and tear, the tarnish on this metal door handle would turn and spin.
Does it
You go to open it,
Can you see
and
me,
it
Jimmy?
does not open.
I actually believe that I have the key to this. As I get my table leg and just bash the ever-loving shit out of the knob.
Are you thinking really hard about how you have the key to it?
No, the table leg is my key.
Yeah. So you go and you start bashing and bashing, but it's wood on wood. And you're really not doing much. This is a thick wooden door.
Well, but I don't want to
and
hit the door. I want to hit the handle.
Okay. It's a solid metal handle as well. But every time you swing this club at the handle, you end up a couple feet away from the door, and it's as if you never even swung before.
Stephanie will just knock on her door.
No response there either.
Okay.
Maybe we have to open them both at the same time.
Yeah.
She's gonna fish around in the bottom of her purse and find like her random assortment of like keys. And she's just gonna start like trying each one of her personal keys
On your door or on their door?
on her door.
Okay. You have like random house keys, car keys, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
The keyhole on this door seems like it's for like some sort of large skeleton key, like a really thick metal one.
Got it.
So all your keys would be able to easily fit in there, but not necessarily turn it to unlock it.
Yeah, she's trying each one though.
Okay. So you're like twisting the key and then trying to open the door?
And like, yeah.
Okay. So on the first key, the door opens. This one probably wasn't locked.
and
Either way, Jimmy's just gonna be like, "Hey, there we go."
I'm sorry, guys.
let's see what's in here.
I'm writing it as written, but I feel like an asshole anyways.
Jimmy feels like she's a genius at this point. So I was like, "Man, that was great."
None of
was
us
thinking
know
it.
that it was just unlocked. We think it's my keys.
You know what Jimmy is gonna be great at is like if someone locks their keys in their car and you have to like loop your hand down in now.
Yeah.
Perfect for that.
Just-
It's like the perfect. It's great. Doesn't help here, but
by
Brandon's
the way-
thought in Wayne's head.
By the way, Jimmy, we haven't really discussed this. What are you doing about your shirt that you're wearing that is going through your arm right now? Because right now it's kind of holding your arm to your chest.
And that's fine. Like, I'm fine having this twisted, janky sort of sling scenario. I'm cool with that.
Okay. Just
Well-
wanted to make sure.
Cool is a bit much for that, but
You've accepted the new reality.
yes, fate has taken hold.
All right. So you open this door, Stephanie, and you were pretty close to it. And as soon as the door creaks open, you do almost hear some music coming from this room. It's like processional, like ritual music. Looking inside, you see that this is a long corridor, and the walls are painted red, and there's black carpet along the floor. And you can actually see from here the door on the other end. The hall is only about 100 feet long. And every 20 feet, a very large painting hangs upon the right wall.
She'll like be like, come on, let's go. And then she'll step in and go look at the first painting.
Okay. I'll follow.
Jimmy's just gonna like lean up against the wall, eyes closed, head cocked down towards the floor, and not towards any of the paintings. He does not want to look at these things. He's not going to look at these things.
Fair enough. You don't have to.
I like that. That's neat.
So going through the first 20 feet, you see the painting of hungry wolves waiting in a forest of blood red trees. There's a being with a head like a bird wearing a crown and a candelabra, holding a candelabra, watching over them. And below the painting, it says Mater.
Okay. I don't notice anything special with my weird eye.
No, you're seeing the same thing with both eyes.
Okay. Just checking. How many more paintings are in here?
Looks to be 3 more.
Yeah, she'll start going to the next one.
Are you guys happy to follow Stephanie along here?
Yeah.
The next one you see is the wolf pack having spotted a stag, chasing it through the woods. A savage 2-headed wolf being holds a spear with daggers, and it howls encouragement. Below the painting, it says Potter.
The next one?
Father. He's just pointing at the words at the bottom. It's like mother, father.
The next one is the wolves bringing
Emprenada.
down the stag in a bloody display. A rat-headed being holding a gnarled staff watches the grisly scene without emotion. And below the painting, it says Frater.
What was the thing that was like above the wolves and stuff in the second one?
In the second one, it was
Yeah, like the big thing that was like on the top part of the painting.
Two-headed wolf.
a two-headed wolf
wolf.
being
Two-headed wolf,
holding
okay.
a spear with daggers for breath.
Okay. And the last one.
And the last one. Wolves long gone. A deathly skull-headed figure holding a candelabra stands vigil high above the skeletal remains of the long-dead stag. The animal's spilled blood seems to have caused the sprouting of a new blood-red tree. Below the painting, it says Soror.
Mother, father, brother, sister. And he's just like standing in the middle of the hallway, just kind of pointing at each of them, saying that to himself over and over again, like he's doing duck, duck, goose or something.
Well, shit.
I agree.
Is there anything behind the painting?
You can try to take the paintings down, but they seem to be very well anchored to the wall. They're not coming down.
Okay. Is there anything else in this hallway?
Nope, just the red walls and the black carpet.
Does this mean anything to you guys?
No.
It's like a comic book. Each cell
Yeah.
tells a story, you know? Right? I mean, like this.
Does the story involve the smiling man at any rate?
I don't
I
believe this
mean-
one does. No.
Oh, well,
Who
that's
knows?
neat.
I
At that, Jimmy will open his eyes and just kind of walk down the hall, taking a look at everything. No, it's all janky. It's all janky.
Yeah.
Sister,
So-
yeah, soror, like a
Yeah.
sorority, father,
Yeah,
brother,
yeah.
fraternity.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I see where you're going. Yeah,
And like the candelabra.
I do the
Listen,
pointing, but I'm like pointing like behind me as I say that.
Do it like behind the back one.
Right.
So he's like, yeah. So I mean, like one of the things, like he just says this, the candelabra, and another candelabra, and then lighting candles or something. Family. What was in the painting in the family room? It was a mother. It was a father.
Father.
It was a brother
And a
and
sister.
a sister, and the brother's face was scratched out, right?
Yeah. The eyes. He was the
Oh,
only
no.
one.
He was the only one who wasn't. Huh. Okay. All right.
But you guys do remember there was a shadow behind him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the wolves chased down the elk. They ate the elk. Blood seeped into the soil, and from it, a tree grew.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens next.
I have no idea either. Were there any other doors or anything in this hallway?
There is one door at the end of the hallway you have not gone through.
I don't know how to decode whatever this means, so I say
No.
we move on and remember it, and maybe it'll make more sense later.
Yeah. I mean, that's true, maybe. But there's things that we learned like 100 rooms ago that I said the same thing about. And 100 rooms later, I still don't know what the hell they mean. I think this house just fucks with you.
Very well.
I don't
could
think it
be.
means.
Maybe.
I don't think anything means shit in here.
It doesn't.
I'll burn the. I can burn the. Want me to burn the paintings? I can burn them. I got more hairspray.
That's saving for Stephen King.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck that guy too. Okay, let's go.
All right.
Right. You guys make your way down the hall, past each of these ominous paintings. Give me a marching order here. Who's going first? Who's on first?
Stephanie's kind of still standing at the last painting looking at it. And she'll take out her like hunting knife and she'll like cut her palm a little bit and she's gonna smear some blood on where the tree is to see if it does anything.
That's a good thought. Doesn't seem to have much of a difference. The blood just kind of smears on and stays.
Mm-hmm.
And you step back a little bit and you're looking and doesn't seem to be causing any reaction. After a moment, though, you realize that the blood is drying extremely quickly, and it's turning that dark brown, and eventually it's just fading more and more until it's just a slight little stain on this painting.
Okay.
It's the same effect that we saw in the maze of rooms.
Yeah,
It's again, points to time not mattering here.
I don't think anything matters.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll open the door then.
Yeah.
Okay, who's behind Harold?
Well, you don't be there.
Stephanie's going to be in back. That leaves James in third. So you open this door to find a huge room. It's difficult to make out what its intended use ever was, as it is now covered in broken masonry, smashed furniture. There's bent and twisted metal, splinters of wood, broken tools, torn bits of curtain and rug, and so on, just filling this room. Let me show you a picture here.
Someone threw a temper tantrum.
That's
There
gross.
is some sort of creature is the only good way to describe this, as it's an amalgam of all this rubble and wreckage that's filling this room, just kind of joined together somehow. There's rebar sticking out from odd angles. It's bits of wood and rubble, and it's just kind of like meandering through this room. You can see that there's a massive hole on one side of the room with a wooden beam crossing it. And then the creature itself is on the other side of the room, just kind of shuffling through this rubble. Right now, you think it's moving away from you. It doesn't really have a face, so you don't know which way it's looking or if it even looks the same way you do. But it doesn't seem to change anything about where you are. There is a pile of rubble between you and it that seems like it would be very difficult to cross. Just because it's piled up so high, you'd have to like climb and scramble over it.
You all see that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone would see that.
Excuse me.
Oh my
I love
god.
it.
I love it. I love it. Do it. Oh God. And then Wayne will push Harold into the room and close the door.
It shuffles around, and with a thump and a thud and a thump, it begins to climb over this rubble, and you can hear the cracking and crunching as the rubble that makes up its body is crushing against it as it moves its limbs and climbs over this towards you. You can feel the vibration from the weight of this thing. The way it's moving, it doesn't even seem like it's walking, just like clawing its way with its lower limbs towards you all, pulling itself towards you, and it's picking up speed as it goes towards you.
No need to come closer. We just have a question. Please be friendly.
You have about 5 seconds before it gets to you. It does
Shut
not
the
seem
door,
to
shut the
slow
door,
down
shut
from
the
you.
door,
Shut the door. What friendly thing have you ever seen in this house?
Yeah, I go back and shut the door.
Okay, that's fair. You shut the door, and there is a massive thud just a couple seconds later, and pounding dust falls from the ceiling. You can feel the vibration from the other side, and just constant pounding.
Let's we could try the other room.
Okay.
Yep, go.
We can open the door, let it go in here. We can get right behind it. We just run.
You take a step back to turn, and Harold, you would be the one to see this because you were closest to this. You see a crack appearing in this thick wooden door in front of you, and instantly that crack is repaired.
Oh, we're safe.
Damn. Yeah, I was going to say we could lure him to the other door that's locked and have it open for us, you know?
But even it won't be
Except
able
if he
to.
did, then it would just, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it just does go to show that whatever that is as much of a victim of the house as we are.
Maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
get by it,
Maybe
though.
it's one of us.
Is it still pounding on the door?
The pounding is still happening it happens for like 30 seconds, and then it continues, but at a lower frequency, and it just slows down. There's a bit more time between each of the thumps and thumps and thumps until if you want to wait, eventually it will stop.
I want to go up to the door while the thumping is still happening, and then I just want to give 2 thumps, just bop, bop against the door.
That would kind of renew the energy of the pounding against it. You bop, bop, and it starts pounding again, even harder and harder. And you would see that there are cracks forming in this wooden door as well, but they're instantly repaired.
If you're going to knock on it, you have to give it a knock that requires a response. So I'll do the dun, 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 dun.
And it starts pounding on this thing with a fervor that it has not yet displayed. Just crashing and crunching, and the floor beneath you is shaking violently. There's tons of dust coming from the ceiling here, and at one point you see the cracks on the door splintering even more than ever before. Before you would see like little fractures and hairline cracks. There's a solid crack here. And then another one. After that last one was repaired, it cracks another time. This one even bigger. And then finally it cracks again, and this door splinters towards you. And as the splinters are flying on you, you can see as you're reacting, you instinctively pull yourself away, try to protect yourself. You see this creature on the other side, but thankfully the door repairs itself again instantly.
Suddenly, I don't feel as brave about the well-being of this door and ourselves. Let's go.
Yep.
Wait, there was a pit.
There was a pit. There was a pit, and there was a door across the room as
door.
well.
We can get across.
Do we wait for it to stop paying attention to the door?
We just be quiet for a bit, and they'll think we're gone, and we open the
And
door.
we just sneak
go
across
quietly.
like ninjas.
Hell
We
yeah.
just
Exactly.
right across.
And if it comes at us, then like, just dodge it out of the way. We push it down in the pit. We can do this, guys.
Lemon
Okay.
squeezy.
Did start
Think we can
picking
do
up
it.
a good amount of speed.
Right, but it's
Probably 'cause
momentum,
it's so
so it's
big,
gonna
it's like
keep
a-
carrying him, and we dodge out of the way, like ninjas, like Jimmy said.
But then let's wait.
I mean, pits are really dark. You know, I was thinking, Stephanie, how you said that Rowan's in the darkness, right? And everywhere we go, there's darkness. You ever think that maybe they're using Rowan like a carrot? And they keep saying he's in the darkness, so you keep going into the darkness, and every time we go into the darkness, then it's just more darkness somewhere else. And
There's
so
no
maybe-
light. Like, where else would we go?
I'm just saying, maybe
It's a good thought.
it's like a metaphor, like he's there and you're never gonna get him. I want to find him, but we might not. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
He said he thinks he's dead.
Well, if he's dead, well, I'm dead, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter anymore.
Well, that's another. If time doesn't matter here, that might explain why he's still a child and we're not.
Maybe it's just in their head, and the only voice she's ever heard of Rowan is when he was a kid, and she has no idea what he would sound
I'm
like
right
as an
here.
adult. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to hide it from you, but I was.
I know. Everybody always told me that I was crazy though, so it's just
I don't think you're crazy. I
Yeah.
think you heard it and everything like that for sure. I'm just
I mean-
saying, I think they're fucking
I
with
don't
you.
know.
I don't.
Mom institutionalized me twice.
And she was a bitch.
She's a
Always
bitch.
was. Frankly.
You should have killed
I
her
could-
like I did with my mother. It would have been great.
I think I would
used-
prefer a grippy sock vacation to this though.
You know, I used to sell your mom drugs.
My
I'm
mom
not surprised.
or her mom?
Well, no, not your mom. She had her own.
Yeah.
Yeah. I believe it.
How long are you guys waiting here? It takes about 5
Until-
minutes or so for the thumping to stop. Do you want to wait a little bit longer after that?
Yeah, we wait about like 10-15 minutes as we're
Okay.
just like talking.
So you give it a good 15 minutes. And then Harold, are you opening the door again? And
Yeah.
you're going to open the door and see the spirit, the creature, the rubble on the other side of the room again, on the other side of that rubble, lumbering around again. It seems as if it's going in a big circle. You can kind of see there's a kind of a track. There's a pile of rubble, and there's a little bit cleared in a circle around, like a imperfect circle on that far side of the room.
We wait until it's moving away from us, and then we go. And hopefully Barney will be none the wiser.
Okay. So you give it a minute, and it starts turning away from you. Again, even when you think it's facing you, you can't tell if it's actually facing you. It's just moving your direction. But once it starts moving away from you, you're going to start going. You're going to try and cross that beam.
Yeah.
There's so much rubble and wreckage in this room, plus a few pillars here and there, that there are plenty of places to hide to try and like make yourselves unseen. But it's going to be difficult to cross just because there's, rocks and wood on the floor. Trying to find decent footing, things like that. You're going to have to be meticulous to try and be quiet.
Let's close the door again. So, do we try and... It's going to be very difficult for us to move across rapidly in one go. Move in, hide, wait for it to look away from us, move a little further. Alternate proposal. We pick up something like a brick and very stealthily toss it into the pit. See if noises being made in the pit causes it to just run right into the pit.
That's worth trying, and then we can just like shut the door. You
Yeah.
know.
It lingers at the edge of the pit. We can always run up and knock it in.
Yeah?
That'd be fun.
All right, I'm going to open the door again
Let's try the brick first, and then
and
we'll
look for a
see.
brick
Yeah.
nearby.
It's good thinking. You're easily going to find a rock nearby. It's not necessarily a brick, but it's a good piece of rubble chunk. You don't even have to really enter the room to reach it. And you're
Yeah.
throwing that towards the hole.
I'm going to try and throw it in the hole.
In the hole. It's going to be...
It's going to be tough.
No, I wouldn't say it's tough. The room itself is wide, so it's going to be some distance. If you want to make it in the hole, like, nothing but net, you're going to need a rating check.
Yeah.
If you don't care if it really gets perfectly in the hole, you don't even need a rating check. You're going to be able to get it in there, but it might bounce once or twice first.
I
Might be
want to...
best if it bounces to make some extra noise.
Well,
You
the
think?
only thing is I would hate for it to... I want its attention to immediately go to the hole, because if it bounces, it might look more in our direction, and then we'd have to
Yeah.
wait it out again. Not that time matters here, but
If only you had someone that was like really good at throwing things.
Yeah,
Give
he
it to
just
Jimmy.
throws-
He's so good at.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
he's just gonna throw it at
I'm
his
sorry,
feet.
buddy. It had to be you, didn't it?
So my rating check, did it add the +3? It didn't, so that's a
No, it's fine.
11.
Roll a house die too, another d6.
Ooh.
Okay. 1 second here. Harold,
Mm.
you reach back to throw this, and you start hearing some whispering. Only you hear this, and it sounds like that. At first, you think it's one of your companions behind you, because you can feel like the breath on your ear, but you don't recognize their voice. And at first, the whispering is indecipherable. You can't quite tell what it is.
Yeah.
And then you make out the words, "She's the smiling man." And you hear that right as you're throwing it. The rock makes it in perfectly. You make it right in the hole. It goes down for a little bit. It seems like there's a really good drop, but then there's a clunk and a bit of an echo in this room. And this lumbering creature begins to spin around, and it drags its limbs and begins to pull itself across the floor. Are you closing the door as it's moving, or do you want to try and watch it?
I want to mostly close the door. That way I can, we can peek and see what it does.
Okay. You're going to be able to close most of the door, but you kind of have to leave enough for your head to get
To
out
lean
to see in the
in.
right angle.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you're fairly well hidden. And this creature will lumber over to the hole. And it's on the far side of the room still, but it is kind of peering down the hole.
So there's a pit, the pit's between it and us.
There is still a pile of rubble between you and it, and the pit is kind of to the left of that.
Okay. I want to quietly grab another stone. I want to try and toss it into the pit again.
Okay. I'm not going to need a rating check this time because you already passed it once.
Okay.
And it's going to go in. This time it was already looking at the pit. So it's going to see the stone go in, and it's going to, you can see that the body of it turns as it's retracing the path, and it looks towards the door where you're at. And then it starts to lumber towards you again, and it starts to build up speed.
Close the door.
And we have been in this scenario before, as it finally gets to the door and it begins pounding and pounding again. There are cracks in the wood. Dust is flying from the ceiling.
It was an idea.
Well, I mean, I still think once it gets to high speed, it might have trouble moving around. So either we could still stealth, like we'd still be sneaky about it. There's plenty of places to hide in there.
All right.
But we can always, as long as we serpentine, it might be difficult for it to sort of change direction as it's running.
Yeah, so to recap, you picked up some information about this thing. It will follow a noise if you try to distract it. And it does take a little bit of time to get over that pile of rubble in the middle of the room. It kind of has to clamber over, and it's a big, heavy creature, and it takes a little bit to build up that momentum, as Wayne said. And it seems to have a somewhat short attention span of 5 to 10 minutes. So those are all things that you can use to your advantage here.
Muted chick.
You muted chick.
Throw a rock towards a corner. It'll lumber over to where the sound came from, and maybe it'll stare at the corner.
Let's do
just
it.
walk behind it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you all have been hearing whispering.
Sound like you go crazy, Harold.
Yeah. I mean, yes. I heard it at the window back there, and then I just heard it when I was about to throw the rock.
What did it say?
At the window, it was flaming birds, talking about flaming birds or something like that. When I threw the rock, it was very, very insistent that Stephanie is actually the smiling man. Which, I mean, it does fit with the theories that I've been having, that we're all these creatures.
Oh yeah, the logic perfectly tracks there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we did run into that ghost that was haunting your face earlier at the coffin.
Yeah.
And it said you'd be a liar. So
I mean, that's fair too. But I'm not saying that you're the smiling man now. I'm saying that if we don't hurry up and get out of here.
you're just saying that I became a horrible monster and I abducted and killed my own little brother. That's what you're telling me.
I mean, when you put it like that, yes. I'm sorry. I'm not thinking clearly. I was just saying what was whispered to me. I mean,
Well, it's good that you're being honest with us. It's good. Now, is anybody else hearing weird voices, telling them things, what you're thinking, what to do? That now, let's everyone get it, cards on the table.
no, that's really was it for me. Is I hear the whispering every now and then. And like when we were in the room with the stairs beforehand, I heard it was my mother calling for me from up there.
Yeah, and it was that horrific lady with bones and babies.
I didn't hear Jack.
Well,
I mean, we know. Well, I know I got abducted for like 2 years
yeah.
again,
Yep.
and you guys didn't even notice that I was gone.
It was instantaneous. Like I said, it's the time here isn't right. That's why when you put the blood on the painting, it dissolved like years were passing. Whatever took you, the smiling man in this case, when he took you out of time and then put you back exactly at the exact moment that he took you. I mean, I want to put out there, I do believe completely that what you say happened, but don't hold it against us that we didn't notice because from our point of view,
We were staring at pickles, for God's
you
sake.
never left.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to wrap your mind around it.
It is. It is.
You spend every day just crying.
I mean, who
and
knows
begging.
when we finally get out of here? It could be 100 years in the future for all we know.
Yeah.
Could be.
And at this point, the thumping on the door would have stopped. It's been about 15 minutes again. If you want to try going through this room.
All right, we doing this bullshit?
Let's do it.
Yeah,
I
we
like
got this.
Jimmy's idea of throwing something in the corner, getting it to go over there, and then we all try and go. I like that idea. Maybe keep an
would
eye
like-
open for
right.
spots to hide in case it turns around.
So,
Yeah. Well, we could
marching
we could-
order again.
We could
Who-
wait till it's on the other side of the room, sneak up halfway in because it's a big room, and then throw.
Yeah.
Something like that,
Okay,
and then we book it. And it's few. There's not as far we have to run.
I like it. Let's do it. Who's leading the way?
I mean, I'll do it if you don't wanna.
I can do it as well. I mean, like you said, nothing really matters in here, so
Can you, Harold? Can you do it?
I think
Maybe the whispers are gonna come back. Distract you a little bit.
probably.
Whispers, huh?
They haven't told me anything about you or Jimmy yet, so
Oh well, I'm,
I'm
sure
sure
they'll
they
tell
will.
us when they do.
I
Yeah.
will not keep it to myself for as long this time.
Oh yeah. No secrets here.
Yeah.
For old friends.
Yeah.
No secrets.
Anyway, I'll open the door, get a feel for where it's at, and move in.
Yeah, it's going to be moving towards you, but you can keep the door somewhat closed and kind of watch it until it starts lumbering away from you again. And you're going first, Harold?
Yeah, it was
Yeah?
Wayne
Okay.
or I.
Wayne, you want to go first? Who's going first?
Oh no, Harold, after you. I'll bring up the rear.
Okay.
No
Harold's
problem.
going first. I need a stealth check from you. Give me a rating check.
9.
9.
Do you want a house die?
Yes, please.
6. Oh, I rolled 2 6s.
That is perfect. Harold, you're carefully stepping through the rubble here. And you're doing a good job of it. You're making your way, not really causing too much of a disturbance. It's difficult, though. This isn't something you normally do, try to sneak through a rubble-filled room as a creature is lumbering around, threatening you. You make it to just a few feet in front of this beam, and you feel like you still have enough of an opening that you might be able to get across the beam before this thing would be like angled towards you. And you feel an icy hand go from the bottom of your spine and push all the way up. You feel like the fingers pressing through your skin, and then they pull down again, and you feel icy nails wrenching down. And you fall forward and you trip on some of this rubble. And this creature begins to slowly turn towards you. And you're prone at this point, and you're trying to scramble up as best you can, and this creature begins taking a step towards you. What are you doing?
I'm running for the beam.
Running forward. Okay.
Yeah.
Wayne, or I'm sorry, who was going second? Wayne said he's going last, so it was either Jimmy or Stephanie.
I'll go next.
Jimmy, were you waiting for him to get across, or were you following behind?
I was waiting for him to try to cross with the expectation that if the creature like turned towards him, maybe I could like run up and do a knee strike to its butt.
Okay. The creature is on the far side of the room, so you're going to really have to like run to get over there, and you won't be able to cross over there before Harold even gets across the beam. Because this is a big room.
All right. In that case, I'll try to sneak ahead.
Looking at like the posts and pillars and everything, they seem like they're almost structural beams. Like this could have been a series of rooms that have just been destroyed rather than a single room. Like really, this is big enough. It could be the entire bottom floor of a decent size house.
You know, as I'm going through, can I take a quick look back to see the wall along where the door we came through is? Is there any other door heading backwards by any
Good
chance?
question. There are only the two doors in the room, the one you're at and then the one on the far side. And the whole room appears to have the same like ruined wall, like it's down to cinder blocks and crushed plaster and things like that.
All right.
So you're going to have... you said you were waiting for him to get to the beam before you started going out.
Yeah.
Right? And then Stephanie, you were close behind. But James, you're going to see that this creature starts turning towards Harold, and Harold he's scrambling up and starting to sprint over this beam. So now what are you doing as you see that the situation has turned south quickly?
Geez. I'm going to try to shuffle step to the side to sort of position myself to where it's largely a line of Harold, creature, than me.
Okay. The creature is
the creature tries to advance
still on the
him.
far side of Harold.
Oh, geez.
Let me pull up a map here. You guys are on the right side of this room. The creature is in the top left of this room, and Harold is in the bottom right, just next to that beam.
I suppose I'll head up then towards the top.
Towards
like
that pile
along
of
where
rubble in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay.
And towards the far side of the pile of rubble up there, and I'll just give a whistle.
Okay. Yeah, the creature was already alert and aware, and it saw Harold, and it's definitely going to see you now. Give me a rating check to try and... Like, it's going to be aware you're there, but a rating check to kind of taunt it into going towards you instead of Harold.
All right.
It's going to be rating 5, so you're going to need a 10 or higher, including your 3 that you're adding to 2d6.
Hey,
10. Just enough. So this thing starts lumbering towards Harold. Harold is scrambling up and going towards the pillar, and you whistle and kind of call out, and it begins to... Yep. And it begins to turn and head towards you, Jimmy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have tokens, guys.
But this is a big pile of rubble, yes?
Yes, it's a big pile of rubble, and it would be very hard for you to pass, but this creature is so big that it's starting to go over. Harold, normally this would be a very easy beam to cross, but now you got some adrenaline pumping and you're kind of scared. Something grabbed your back and you don't know what it was. So I'm going to need a rating check for you to get over the beam.
14?
You made it. This beam is just under a foot wide, so it's enough space for your actual foot to step with some solidity. But you kind of have to watch your balance too. And looking down, it's at least 30 feet down. Falling down there would be, potentially deadly. And you just you know something was behind you, you know something's in front of you, and you're just gunning it. You
Yeah.
don't even think about it. You let your feet carry you, and you get across to the other side. Stephanie, you are still in the doorway here. You see this creature lumbering towards James, and you see that Harold makes it across the beam. What are you doing?
She's gonna run towards the beam.
Okay. You're not even trying to be stealthy anymore.
No.
So you're going to be able to make it right to the beam, as this creature is about halfway over the rubble. I don't need a rating check for you yet because you're not actually going over the beam. So I'll let you re-roll that in a second. You make it just to the edge of the beam. This creature is about halfway towards the rubble. James, do you want to stay put there as this creature is like lumbering towards you? This thing is massive, by the way. Like it's 12 feet tall.
I'm going to pick up like maybe a fist-sized rock, just kind of chuck it at where its face would be, drop on all fours and try to hide behind the rubble and crawl down to where I wouldn't be where it's expecting me to be.
I'm going to need a rating 5 check then as you try to duck, dodge, dip, and dodge.
And dodge, yes.
You just barely made it again. You needed that 10. So you're able to duck down behind the rubble and you start crawling along. Your bent arm is kind of hooking on things and it hurts to put pressure on it because you're kind of using this bone in a way that it's not meant to be used, but you're able to make it. And Handsome, what are you doing? You see James is army crawling. Steph is right at the edge. Harold just made it over.
Handsome stands right in front of the door, shoots the shotgun in the air, and they say, hey, she bitch, let's go.
I need a taunt from you as well to get. No, actually, Jake passed his deception check, so it's going to just start coming towards you.
Okay, perfect.
Jimmy, it's unfortunately going to be coming towards exactly where you are. You're going to be crawling, and I'm going to ask you to make another rating check as you try to avoid its feet, as it doesn't know you're there, but potentially could step on you. You need to like roll out of the way.
Right on. Hooah!
Atta boy.
All right, and that was actually a harder one. That wasn't the 5. That was you needed a 11. All right, so you still passed with flying colors. These lumbering pieces of stone and wood and rebar come pounding down, and the weight shifts to one leg and then it pounds down another leg and shifts forward, and you're able to kind of roll in between each of these legs, and it crawls right over you as you're crawling between its legs. Harold, you are on the other side of this beam. Are you still going towards the door, or are you waiting for your companions?
I am gonna go towards the door. I'm not gonna go through the door in case they need another distraction. So I'll like go and kind of hide behind that upper pillar and kind of look back, getting ready to try and distract it.
Okay.
In another direction.
And Steph, this is your moment to shine. Can you make it across this beam? Normally it would be rating 2, but because you're distracted, it's rating 5. You need a 10 or higher. You get to roll 2d6 and add 3.
Okay. 7.
It's not enough.
No, it is not. And a 3 for my house die.
The 3 guys, you see Stephanie, she's going and she makes it about halfway when her foot just kind of, her metal boot just kind of lunges and it snags and it doesn't quite land in the center of this beam, and she falls into the middle of this hole. Harold, you saw how deep it was.
Yeah.
You know that this is bad.
Yeah.
James and Wayne, you don't know quite how bad it is, but you do know that she falls, and there's a moment or two before you hear the clang of her boot on the ground below. That metallic clang echoing through. Steph, we're going to wait on what happens to you here.
Okay.
James and Wayne, you get one more action here.
After you, sir. Get out of here.
Yeah, I'll kind of get onto a hand and both my feet, look back at Wayne and say, "Stick with Harold," and I'll head toward the edge of the pit and jump in.
Oh,
You're
fuck.
jumping without even
I
looking?
I won't even jump into the pit.
no.
I'll kind of sit on the edge of the pit and slide off the edge.
Oh,
All right, you're
Oh,
baseball
no.
sliding in. Amazing.
I think I'm dead.
We might
Yeah.
have two people dead. Wayne, you saw Jimmy, and he has a messed up arm. He's taken injuries, but he got up so gracefully, even with a bad leg. And for a moment, you saw the star athlete that he used to be as he gracefully ran through this rubble, which is very difficult to get footing on. But he moved, he was gliding through it. And he found a clear area and he did his slide into home just like he used to do 1,000 times, how everyone used to cheer for him. You can't even tell that he was ever injured. And he goes over the edge. What are you doing, handsome?
Wayne thinks about doing a cannonball. But somebody's got to keep the head. Why not Wayne? Why not Wayne? Wayne's gonna shout to Harold across, and he's just gonna say, "Go through that door, count to 100, come back in," and then he's gonna step back into the hallway and close the door and start tying his 100-foot paracord around his waist.
Okay. Harold, are you going through the other door as well?
Yeah, I'll comply. Yeah.
Okay. That is where we're going to end the session. Two people are in this pit, and we have
God.
not discovered their fate yet. Harold and Wayne have gone into separate rooms to try and de-aggro this creature. And we will see what happens 2 weeks from now on Defenders of Kobold. Whew! This might be a TPK, guys. Oh, this could be fun.
Who knew it
Wayne's
would
gonna
be
live forever.
the pit?
James, that was so heroic. That was amazing.
That was very heroic.
All right, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. It has been a blast. Can I just say how amazing it is to have you guys in this game? You are all excellent role players. You go with the punches. You just do such a good job. It's really an honor to run this game for you. Chuck, what do the Defenders of Kobold have happening this week?
So yeah, this week on Defenders, we got Wednesday. We're doing Forbidden Lands, playing in the D&D basic Thunder Rift setting. Jake and Jeff are over there for that. Thursday, we'll be back for some more Curse of Strahd with the girls from Watercolors and Warriors.
Which is great that you sprung that campaign on them.
Yeah, it was nice not telling them, and yeah. And then Friday, we'll be back for some more Shadowrun. The crew's got to break into an elven church and do stuff. It'll be great.
Mess up some ghosts.
Yeah. And then next Saturday at 1 p.m. we'll be over on Grim and Perilous Plays for Strixhaven, and Jeff and Jake will be there for that as well. And then Saturday night we'll be on Goodman Games Official for some weird frontiers.
And if you enjoyed this crew that we're playing with tonight, everyone except Ashley, unfortunately, will be playing some Shadowrun tomorrow night over on twitch.tv/ThemeSteelMurder. We got Chuck, myself, Jake, and what's your name again? Jeff, that's it. Yeah.
Steve.
He'll be over there as well. So yeah.
Yeah, nobody
feel free
remembers
to-
Steve's name.
That's a
That's
whole lot
sad.
of dudes.
We'll be playing that tomorrow with a brand new system, brand new story arc. Perfect time to jump in. Jeff, what do the Adventures of the Lollygaggers have going on next week?
Sure. We got oh my god, I gotta get out of this stupid Boston.
Sure, we got
Uh,
on
Ass looks like
Monday.
Ass looks like a
He's a
giant
method
skippy
actor.
butter. That's how I get into my Boston accent. Is I think it's like Gone Baby Gone. It's Casey
Oh yeah,
Affleck.
yeah. I watched that just the other day.
Skippy butter. I say that over and over again.
I feel like you would be a method actor. Like, you know, Saturday morning, you're wearing like a piece of flannel as a bandana, and Melissa's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, it's true, actually. Yeah. Never mind. I'm not gonna bring it. Never mind. Anyway, Monday, Ultraviolet Grasslands. We're getting near the end. I think it might be the last or the second to last episode. We're getting really, really close to going to space. Next Friday, hopefully we'll be in space if we can start up our Traveler. We're going to start doing some Traveler soon, so hopefully it'll be Friday as we do character creation.
Derek.
Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. And then next Saturday, after the Strixhaven game, we'll be playing some Wondering Second Edition. And you can see both Ashley and Steven in that game. I don't know how Steven.
I'm a hobbit.
I knew you knew my name.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. You can pick up the back episodes on YouTube, Defenders of Kobold. And we will be playing again in 2 weeks. That is March 26th, and I hope you will be there. Have a good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Later.